Hi, this podcast is brought to you by Alphaniketan, the Investor Education Academy of Alphaneti. Unraveling the mystery of missing semiconductor chips. What are semiconductor chips? Well, simple explanation. The chips are there in almost everything we use today. The chips are there in our computers, phones, TVs, cars. It allows us to make purchases on our credit card and power our PlayStations, etc. As it is evident, the semiconductor chips applications touch almost every part of our existence. What is the mystery behind the global shortage? The global shortage of chips has happened primarily due to COVID-19 pandemic, when many companies pulled back their orders of semiconductor chips in anticipation of the expected slowdown in the economy due to prolonged and intermittent lockdown. But when governments around the world ordered people to stay at home, that created a new kind of crisis for the industry as online ordering of goods skyrocketed. Whether for purchase of computers for home offices, fitness equipment to stay fit, electronics, and gaming devices to be entertained during the lockdown period, with the pandemic accelerating the pace of digitization. Once the industry realized that the slowdown in demand was only temporary, they also had to come in terms to what was seemingly the tiny problem of there wasn't even enough chips to back the new orders. An insight into the chip manufacturing industry reveals that the world produces nearly trillions of chips every year, and there are not many companies in the world who produces chips. There are around 3,000 steps and vastly specialized machines required to manufacture chips. The chip manufacturers also have to use large quantities of ultra pure water to clean factories. Taiwan's TSMC's factory alone used more than 63 tons of water a day in 2019. That makes up more than 10% of the supply of two local reservoirs. Not surprisingly, therefore, when in 2021 Taiwan experienced its worst drought in more than 50 years, the situation turned even more bleak for the chip industry. In Japan, a major fire broke out in Renesas Electronics Naka factory and gutted large parts of the building, which produces automotive mini controllers for every car. This was indeed a cruel blow for the global automotive industry. The lead time between ordering semiconductors and delivery now has increased to record breaking 18 weeks. The near term chip shortages are hammering the auto industry out of shape and forcing them into shutdowns, costing them billions of dollars in lost productions and sales. The world's largest automakers, General Motors, said it could lose up to $2 billion as chip shortage forced it to temporarily shut down some of its manufacturing plants. Overall, it is estimated that the global automotive industry will produce 4 million fewer vehicles than planned and lose roughly $110 billion in sales. For someone hoping to purchase any of their favorite gadgets, the wait may get agonizingly longer. Until then, we will perhaps have to keep our purchase and delivery expectations low and allow the shortage and supply chain bottlenecks to gradually ease out. Meanwhile, if you're an investor and want to dip your toe in semiconductor stocks, here are two quality semiconductor ETFs that may be worth considering. iShare Semiconductor ETF Nasdaq SOXX. This ETF contains 30 chip manufacturing companies. Vanik Vector Semiconductor ETF Nasdaq SMH. This fund owns 25 stocks encompassing semiconductor chip companies from around the globe. However, it is worthwhile to keep in mind that the performance of semiconductor stocks can be tricky because earning can be very volatile. Hence, one should have a lot of patience when investing in semiconductor stocks. In the long run, as demand for semiconductor chip continues to edge up over time, investing in this industry may well turn out to be very profitable. Thank you.